Hello Capricorn, welcome. This is the Feminine Inquisition. We're doing your reading for the month of November. Just some quick details. I try to brush my hair, but we had a full moon in Taurus, right? Which, fellow earth sign, but a little different, ruling planet. But you love value and you love systems and you love functionality. And so this could have brought you to a new place of completing something that was a big burst of value as you bring it into this world. Also, as you give it to yourself, value in your relationships, how you perceive that you are valued and how you make sure that other people feel valued in your communication. Also, we have a new moon in Scorpio on the 20th. For the majority of the month, Mercury is in retrograde. There could be some reflections, introspection about what is yours to clean up, what is yours to let go. Scorpio is always going to bring us death energy, which is releasing the dead bits from the live bits as we go through this transformation. So, I don't know what's going to come out. We're going to do a Celtic cross, and we're going to use both the Light Seers and the Tarot of Dreams, okay? Let's go. One shuffle on camera, but I've shuffled already off camera. For Capricorn, please, show me what it is that we need to know for this month. Center energy, please. Thank you. Ace of Swords in reverse. Crossing. The Five of Cups. That's some brutal confusion. Crowning. The Four of Wands. There is a sense of home and belonging that you can pull down from to regenerate you when you lose your energy in this confusion. Undermining. The King of Wands in reverse. There is a lack of leadership there. Working against you is this idea that someone could have done something more, that you could have done something more, that your sense of leadership wasn't what it was meant to be, or that you took too many steps, that you were too much, thinking that you were too bold, that you should be less. If someone wants less, let them go find less. Capricorn, you are the GOAT. That stands for greatest of all time. I don't know if you know that. What brought this on? Get my hair out of it. What brought this on? Get my hair out of it. What brought this on? The death. So this may not happen at the start of the month. This may happen a little bit more. But this is death and rebirth. This is a transformation that you're going through. Is at least as you understand it, right? Sometimes the transformation happens and it doesn't ask for your participation. It's not like a dialogue comes up on your mind. It's like, are you still watching? Do you still want to go through with this? Are you sure that you want to go through with this transformation? Click yes. No. But you're saying, I did click yes. And I agree to this. Where's this going? The Tower. Wow, bold spirit. Personal position of strength. Thank you. The Three of Cups on its side. Okay, not sure. Can I just see the environment, please? Thank you. The Ten of Wands in reverse. It's going to be easy out there. Not going to feel like you're burdened by responsibility, taking up the pieces for everyone else. You might find the power in the ability to say no. Sorry, I'm really busy. No, I can't do that for you. Can I see hopes and fears, please, for Capricorn for Scorpio season? Thank you. The Queen of Pentacles. There you are, standing in your power. Here's my hard fucking line. Shoes at the door. Can I get you something from the store? Can I see, sorry. Yeah, can I see outcome? Outcome, please. Thank you. Six of Wands in reverse. So you're not too proud about it. Or maybe ego gets the better of you. I don't know. At the bottom of the deck, I have the stress, the Nine of Swords. So the worry that maybe this won't go as you hope. Worry because a transformation doesn't always give you a clear insight as to how it ends, right? You know that you're transforming, but you don't know what the new shape is that you take or what the environment is going to do in terms of accepting you in this new shape. So yeah, there's a little bit of the unknown, but pressure from stress always creates something that could be quite beautiful. stress is necessary. People love to hate on stress. And yeah, that's true. It's killing people, right? But we need stress to adapt. So you know that. I don't need to tell you something that you already got a good grasp on. Let's get into your reading. Can I see this confusion? Can I see this Ace of Swords? I don't like to see you confused. I also don't think that you like to be confused. Can I see the Ace of Swords, please? Something is not true. Something is not clear. One card. Thank you for being so clear and so direct with me. Popping out is the Queen of Cups. We'll just put her back inside. What you've given me is the King of Coins. Someone was meant to take care of something. Someone was meant to maintain something, but they were not forthcoming. You were meant to have an opportunity. You were meant to take care of the home. You were meant to have a home. You were meant to be the head of state. You wanted a masculine. You needed a masculine. You needed to be the masculine. You couldn't really see how. The words that were said didn't leave you feeling confident, capable. The words that you said undermined your own capabilities. I don't know. But there's sadness here. Crossing is the Five of Cups. Show me. The Three of Coins. And the inability to work together. A lot of pentacle energy on the table so far. Two of Coins in reverse. Someone made a choice. Instead of finding balance, they let something drop. Can I have one more? The Seven of Swords. Yep. You were trying to work through something with someone in terms of head of state, right? Managing the home, providing. And someone turned their back on what was a collaboration, working together, a friendship. Doesn't necessarily have to be romantic, but I'm crowned by the Four of Wands. This has to do with home. This has to do with building a home. This has to do with plans for the future. King of Pentacles is here on the table. Building a foundation for the future. Nine of Coins. Venus and Virgo. There's a sense of cold independence here. I don't necessarily know who this is, but because I know that this is representing the sadness of what it meant to be in collaborative union with the Three of Coins, this is going to add to that story. Someone didn't know how to play nicely or work together. Their independence got the best of them. No problem. Let's go. Crowning you, the Four of Wands. Show me this home. Show me this foundation. What are we talking about? The Two of Wands in reverse. The Four of Wands in reverse. The Seven of Pentacles, yep. So there were so many delays in not being able to be clear on the choice for harmonizing. Chaos, competition, confusion. This is not allowing people to be themselves. This is not allowing to see that other people know the way. There's my way or the highway. Because in the Five of Wands, now I want to bring your attention to this. This whole reading ends on the Six of Wands. The Five of the Wands and the Six of Wands are very closely connected. It is what you produce as progress, how you work through this chaos that brings you to the healthy pride of the Six of Wands. And so your Six of Wands is in reverse. This is the underbelly of what I've just read out. Two of Wands in reverse, Four of Wands in reverse, and the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is when you use discernment to pause, to think, to pick your head up, to not let momentum just move you, and to choose wisely. And someone here, Pentacle energy, probably you, is suggesting that there was no way that you could continue to invest and choose this harmony under this Four of Wands. This foundation with this support structures, 2 and 2, as it stood to you in your understanding, you couldn't invest in it. It was too chaotic, too confusing, too combative. There was no collaborative effort. Again, The Three of Pentacles and the Five of Wands. They are not the same suit, they are not the same card, but they are the same idea. In the Three of Coins, we have 100% of effort because it's Mars in Capricorn. In the Five of Wands, we have Saturn in Leo, knowing how to not be subjective and take everything personal. And it is about recognizing that there are many ways to do the same thing. And here it's recognizing your strengths and limitations so that you can work together. I don't think you can work with this person, and I don't really have a sense of why other than ego. But if you end with the Six of Wands in reverse, we'll have to see exactly what that looks like. Now, undermining you is the King of Wands. What's this? The Knight of Swords, right? That's a tongue. That is a tongue. Okay, so I think that there's a time and place for you when you become fed up. And working against you is when you get fed up, you use your mouth. And you have no way to soften that. And you don't have any ability to see that maybe you're not 100% right. Instead, you just say it in a way where someone cannot even say anything back to you. Now, it has the Ace of Cups attached to it, which means that in your mind, Capricorn, you say it with love. In your mind, you are sure that this is how you love someone. What brought this on? The Death. Queen of Coins. Okay, so let's talk about the Queen of Pentacles, because she's here 2 times. When and if the Queen of Pentacles is going to be crossed, she has hard lines. I like to use the metaphor that if you are going to come into our house, she will offer you soup, she will offer you a warm beverage, but you will take your shoes off. Okay? And she will nurture you, she will hold you, she will love you, but she will tell you what it is that you don't necessarily want to hear. And this is your identification. You identify as this. You've already shared it with me. Okay? And I'm with it. I get a Mars in Capricorn. I'm a Capricorn rising. So I understand. But what brought this on is that your hard lines, your hard no, created this. Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck. Okay? So you didn't lack any confidence, any gusto, delivered the information. This is what's necessary. If you can't give this to me, that's also okay. I'll give it to myself. Bye. And so we have the Tower in the future position. Can I see the Tower? The Three of Cups. Tower. Tower. Ace of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Does someone recognize that it is with love that you gave them these hard truths? Do you come back in harmony? Or is there a new distraction, a new celebration? I don't know. I'm going to leave it as that. Why? Because over here in the personal position of strength, I have the Three of Cups again. So let me see this Three of Cups. So for the Three of Cups, I have the Ten of Wands and the Page of Coins. The Page of Coins is in reverse. So the Page of Coins is in reverse, which means that there is no way to feel that there is something of value here. You're struggling with this burden of discovering, like, what is the value of this Three of Cups? What is the value of coming together? What is the value of celebrating? What is the value? This just feels like it would be all on my back. The Queen of Wands is at the bottom of the deck. Like, all of the desire, all of the fire, all of the confidence, it would all be on me. Now, Ten of Wands, you keep on just bouncing to different cards. The Ten of Wands is the environment in reverse. So that means that somehow, some way, the environment proves you wrong. Okay? Can I see this Ten of Wands in reverse? Ace of Wands. What you thought wasn't. Ace of Wands with what? Six of Cups, God damn it. The Four of Swords. There is something that you put to bed that just has no application. You recognize that how you were seeing something was actually one-sided and it wasn't what you thought it was. And you get filled with some nostalgic ideas about how to restart something, to renew something, to reinvest in something. And it has to do with not only a big piece of mind, a big piece of heart, but also a big piece of the future, the dream. The Ace of Cups is back here. That's two aces for one message, okay? Let's be real here. There could be a restart. Let's go to your hopes and fears. Queen of Pentacles. You're telling me, can I manifest this? Can I be reborn so that my hard edges aren't so hard? Can I go through this death rebirth but still stay myself? Can I get into this relationship and renew? Can I renew what was this relationship from the past but still hold on to me? Queen of Pentacles, hopes and fears. How can I nurture me and this, is what you said. Five of Swords. It's hard for you to understand your worthiness, right? Because that's Venus in Aquarius. You might have some Aquarius in your chart because the star came out. Venus in Aquarius is that it's the application of self-worth, but in a very airy place, in an airy way. And dynamic is such that it gets too spread out and it's easily misinterpreted. So the Five of Swords to the 10 of Coins with the 6 of Wands here again. So there is victory, but it's not grounded. And this is what bothers you. And you're trying desperately to recognize, how can I ground, 10 of Swords? How can I end what makes me feel very confused and fiery about this love? How can I hold on to it to find success without feeling I need to walk away to save myself? This is a very big challenge. Scorpio is teaching you how to evolve. You want to be rooted, but you also want to express yourself in this connection. How to find victory without thinking some terrible thoughts. This Five of Swords is getting in the way of how you communicate what needs to be done on the practical level. This is the hard edge about you. There are things that you'd like to see done on in a realistic, practical way, about the 10 of Pentacles, right? So the 7 of Pentacles, the 3 of Pentacles, what it means to work on a day-to-day basis. You manage this, I manage this, I call you from here, I'm going to get this, you do that. It's not just delegation. It's not that you're in charge. You want to make sure that the machine is running. You don't want to ever be stuck without coffee, for example. You don't want to ever, Capricorn doesn't get stuck with their pants down. That's just not how you roll. And some other signs do, they let everything just fall through their hands. And you don't have patience for that. And you're telling me, how do I find success? How do I find public victory with someone who doesn't know how to maintain their practicality? You said there are 5 of Swords. Maybe I see them with my own 5 of Swords. But what is their value system? Maybe it's you imposing your value system on them. But do they even care about anything? It doesn't mean they don't care about you if they don't care about the things that you care about. Oof, these are hard moments you're having. Ego. Outcome is the 6 of Wands in reverse. Ego. That there's an old movie called The Cutting Edge, And it's an ice skating movie where a hockey player crosses over into figure skating. And hockey skates are different than figure skating skates. And so there's a toe pick that's on figure skates. And it's like this little teeth at the tip. It's how they get into the ice so that they can spin. And hockey skates don't have this. And so when the hockey player is transitioning and training to do figure skating, he is learning how to manage this toe pick, and it keeps tripping him up, and he just keeps falling flat on his front. And she would say, toe pick. And I feel like that is how I want to say ego here. Ego. It's not funny, but it can be. You're never too old, too experienced, too mastered to learn something, a new application. You may love this person. Certainly you feel fondly about them. They fire you up. They get your Ace of Cups. They get your Three of Cups. They get your Six of Cups. They get in your Four of Wands. And they brought you to the place of transformation. They brought you death energy. You considered, what am I doing wrong here? I care about this person. Do I need to transform something? What can I take a closer look about myself? And for someone to do that to you, that's the kind of stress that, again, brings about evolution. Can I see the Six of Wands in reverse, please? For the outcome for Capricorn. King of Swords. Yep. So let's just talk about this for a second. The beginning of the reading was the Ace of Swords in reverse. You were considering something, and it was confusing, and you wanted to figure out the equation, you see? Where's the light here? How do I solve? And it had to do with, can you maintain? How can you master your home, your practicality? How can you take care of the things that you come to rely on? How can you continue to build on your future plans? The outcome is ego on its head, delivered by the King of Swords. The King of Swords has the Ace of Swords. There is a sense of settling into the truth for what is fair. And maybe there was a process that you were going through that was very essential for you to understand if you could marry this person. Maybe they were discerning whether they could marry you, you discerning if you could marry them. You need some very large questions on the table of how do we consolidate our lives together without killing one another. Whatever it is, you're clear about one thing. Ego played a role. You're not proud of it. You're going through a transformation process. And in the end, as the Tower shows us for the future position, there's a Three of Cups. And in the Three of Cups, for your personal position of strength, saying you're fine either way, the environment proves you different. The environment that you're going to find yourself in this month shows you that there is too much behind you in this connection for you to turn your back, and it's not what you thought it was, and you will start again. Now, what you reinvest in this connection, I don't know, but I'll ask some advice. Can I have advice for beautiful Capricorn as they go through this process? A very humbling moment for the goat. For Capricorn, advice. Thank you. Capricorn, advice. Thank you. So, oof, I love that. Oh, I love that. I love that, love that, love that, love that, love that, love that. So here's the opportunity. It's golden, and it's of your kind. You love that. Oh, you love that. It's a grounding opportunity. For what? Vulnerability. Let's come back. I'm going to bring this weapon of choice. It's my cup of love. I understand some things. I've drank this water. I understand I was a little bit much. Not too much, because if you want less, you can go get less. But I understand now that actually when I was saying you couldn't work with me. It was me who couldn't work with you. And so now I just want to tell you, I drank that juice and I know what it tastes like. Let's change. Let's set up a new working foundation. Huge cataclysmic shift. And let's forgive one another for being clumsy. We just didn't get it right. But that doesn't mean that we don't love each other. It doesn't mean that we're not open. It doesn't mean that we're not bioavailable. Look at that fish. It's ready. It's thriving. I'm happy. You're happy. Let's do this. Wow. Okay, Cap. Okay, Cap. What are you going to do? So after the Ace of Pentacles, what are you going to do? You're going to learn, observe, go lightly as you stay true to yourself, but manifest from a place of wholeness, right? No more Five of Swords. No more criticizing someone for a Five of Swords. No more having your own Five of Swords. Recognizing true collaboration when it presents itself. An opportunity to really manifest together. I leave it there. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Ciao.